Hey squaddies, welcome back to the channel. Buckle up because we've got to talk about one of the strangest so-called royal scandals to hit the headlines this week, and honestly, it's giving desperate energy. So, here's the tea. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex, yes, Harry and Meghan, attended Kris Jenner's 70th birthday bash last weekend. It was the ultimate A-list event. Think billionaires, moguls, Kardashians and Hollywood royalty all in one room. Meghan and Harry were there, looking stunning, mingling, laughing, living their best lives. Then Monday hits and suddenly Kris and Kim Kardashian post party photos on Instagram. Nothing unusual, right? But a few hours later, both women quietly edit their carousels and remove a few photos, including the ones with Harry and Meghan. And just like that, boom, the internet explodes. Suddenly, the British tabloids are acting like the deleted photos are some sort of international incident. Headlines screaming, "Kris Jenner snubs Meghan Markle," or "The Sussexes weren't really invited." Please, stop. This is the same playbook we've seen 100 times. Take a harmless moment, twist it and push it as proof that Hollywood hates the Sussexes. But here's the truth. This isn't a scandal. It's not even gossip. It's just boring digital housekeeping. Let's get real for a second. You think Kris Jenner personally sits there scrolling through her phone, editing carousels? Kris has staff. She has a whole team that handles her socials, as does Kim. And what's more, these kinds of celebrity events often have photo consent forms. Basically, when guests arrive, they check a box saying whether they're okay with their photos being posted. And according to reports, Harry and Meghan simply said no. That's it. That's all. They didn't storm out. They didn't demand photos be removed. They just, like many celebrities, chose privacy for that evening. And honestly, who wouldn't? You're at a private birthday party. You want to relax, enjoy yourself, not worry about some unflattering picture popping up on a gossip site with a caption like, "Harry looks miserable next to Meghan again." Now, here's where it gets truly ridiculous. Tom Sykes and the royal gossip machine immediately jumped in, calling Harry daft in the photos and hinting that Meghan demanded they be deleted. Let me say this loud and clear, there's zero evidence of that. None. But notice how desperate they are? They can't stand that the Sussexes are invited to elite private circles that don't include the British press or royal hangers-on. They're angry that Meghan can still walk into a room full of A-listers and be welcomed, that she can network, laugh and thrive without needing the royal family's approval. Because the truth is, the UK tabloids built their whole identity around smearing Meghan. And now that Harry and Meghan are living free, the tabloids are clinging to scraps. So they turn a nothing burger into breaking news. Let's zoom out. Outside of royal gossip circles, nobody cares. The world has moved on. People are talking about world events, entertainment, real issues, not whether Kris Jenner's social media manager swapped out a few photos. Even Beyoncé's photos stayed up. And she didn't blink. So why would Meghan care? This story only exists because a few bitter columnists are desperate to make Harry and Meghan look bad. But it's backfiring. Because anyone with common sense can see this was just a private party moment that didn't need to be public. And honestly, the more they try to drag it out, the more pathetic they look. Here's what really happened. Harry and Meghan attended one of the most exclusive parties of the year. They looked happy, confident and relaxed. They networked with major players, and Meghan, by every account, came across as cool, composed and genuinely likeable. That's the part the British media can't stand because it destroys their unwanted and isolated narrative. So they invent chaos out of thin air. But you know what's really daft? Not Harry, not Meghan. It's the people who keep embarrassing themselves trying to make these two look bad when the receipts keep showing the opposite. So, squaddies, let's call this what it is. Another royal nonsense story that didn't need to exist. Harry and Meghan didn't do anything wrong. They simply attended a party, set a boundary, and somehow that turned into a scandal. Meanwhile, the tabloids continue proving why the world stopped taking them seriously. Well, squaddies, my absolute thoughts about this is that it's pretty obvious the Kardashians posted and deleted the pictures on purpose in order to let people know who was at the party. It's pretty old-school PR. They simply took the pictures down once they knew they had gotten the impressions they wanted. This isn't a scandal, and honestly, most people don't care. Period. So, there you have it, squaddies. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to this amazing channel. Your support means the world to me, and together we'll keep calling out the foolishness, the bias and the royal nonsense when we see it. Until next time, stay awesome, stay sharp and keep shining like Meghan's smile at Kris Jenner's birthday.